First, register the mesh group as root unit. Before moving on to the next step, I created a thumbnail. Now, you need to add bones to create a bone animation. Make bones one by one from pelvis bone. Please set colors easily for each part. Bones of arms and legs are made. Let's add bones to skirts. You can create animations with skirt fluttering. Use the Link Bones tool to connect the bones. The arms are connected to the spine bone, and the skirts or legs are connected to the pelvis bone. Let's set up IK. With the Select Bones tool turned on, select the first spine bone. Change the IK mode to IK head and press the Change IK Target button. Select head bone to connect IK to the head position. Now IK chains are connected from spine to head. You can limit the IK angle. Press the Constraint Off button to change the angle to be limited, and set the angle to be limited. Likewise, change the IK setting of both arms. Since the left arm is in the state where the elbow is folded, it is difficult to set the IK chain. Makes the IK chain connect only to the elbow. Now add the Rigging Modifier. First, register the meshes that should be connected with the head bone to rigging. Set the weight to 1 with head bone. Now we do rigging of the body mesh. First connect with pelvis bone. Then give spine one bone a weight of 1. Set the weights one by one in succession bones in the same way. It is very difficult to set the weights in detail from the beginning. So after setting the weight to 1, it is convenient to use the blend function. Rigging of the skirt is finished. Select each bone and delete the rigging data that will not be used. Resets the weights to work on the blend. Select the closest vertices in each bone and set the weight to 1. You can set the weights of some vertices in advance to make it easier to blend later. Now, use the blend function to set weights. Turn on pose test to modify rigging while moving the bones. Using only blend has the problem that the weights are all similar and eventually they are not created properly. Increase or decrease the weight appropriately. Let's do rigging work on arm mesh. Add rigging for a ribbon mesh attached to the body mesh. Rigging of meshes attached to a other mesh is not easy. This is because the weights of the vertices of the attached parts must be the same. Let's make the weights look similar. Test it while moving the bone. Rigging right arm. Set weights sequentially from shoulder to hand. Now let's modify the weights. It is important to set weights in the shoulder and arm bend areas. Let's set the weights using the blend function. Use pose test to move the bone and modify the weights. The weight changes suddenly in the joint area. Particularly, in the folding part, one side of the arm may not overlap with the other side. Let's create the folding by specifying the weight directly. The character's arm is folded, but the images overlap and strange. We will fix it later. Next, make a hand part. Now let's fix what's wrong with the arm fold. Select the right-handed mesh and select the Modify tab. Press the Z-depth rendering button and select vertices. Specify the weights from the top. Set the vertex of the shoulder to 0, and gradually increase the weight gradually. Of the overlapping parts, the weights of the part to be rendered from the front are more large. Press the Make Polygons button to refresh the mesh. In this sample, the shoulder side is rendered from the front. The wrist part also sets the Z depth weight. Let's go back to the rigging modifier and check it out. The overlapping parts of the image are now not awkward. Now let's finish editing the rigging weights. Complete the rigging of other meshes as well.